So we are going to be reacting to the part 2, because there's not just one. There's 2 of Gabbie Hanna at Oxford. Oh, hello. Hello. All right, there we go. There's a part 2, and apparently this one is a question and answer with the crowd. Oh, I'm so excited. This one says YouTuber and singer Gabbie Hanna speaks about internet fame, meme culture, and authenticity online. It has 87 likes and 541 dislikes, which is a bigger ratio than the other one. Gabbie Hanna answers questions from the Oxford Union audience. Miss Hanna has released 2 studio albums and written both plays and books. She took a break from social media in 2022 after she posted over 100 TikToks in one day. Okay, let's read the comments. She's still mad about Rachel Oates, huh? She is unhinged. She sold her badly written poetry for money. Anyone can give criticism. This is an all-time low for Oxford Union. Perfectly justifiable to invite a social media influencer to talk, but this woman really scraping the barrel here. She claims to be a Christian on TikTok, making songs about God, but where in her words is her humbleness? Where is kindness and love? Oh, these comments are brutal. No, I agree with this. I agree with this comment. I've been seeing so many people be like what this person's saying, like, this is an all-time low for Oxford Union to bring Gabbie Hanna on. But they have literally had Katie Hopkins and Tommy Robinson on. And if you're from the UK, Gabbie Hanna's a lot better than those 2 pricks. So I just think they bring people on who are controversial. And I think that is Gabbie here. So anyways, let's get to this. So this is apparently the Q&A.
Performance artist, like my...
Oh, okay, we're starting off great with her talking about being a performance artist. This is going to be great.
At the end of the day, I'm a performance artist. Like, my stage, my platform is social media. I'm doing things that I know will get attention for a purpose.
Great start. Great start.
Yeah, if anyone wants to raise their hand and ask a question.
Wait.
Please do.
Someone was like, do you think they brought Gabbie on so that, and the students were going to, like, study, like, a case study on narcissism?
Yeah, everyone's nervous now. Yeah, go on.
Hi, Gabbie. Hi, Gabbie.
Hi, Gabbie. Thank you so much for speaking. It was so nice that you have so much say in Audible. I've just been hearing about, let's just say, Inaudible. Like, someone wanted to get internet famous one day. What do you think the recipe is now, Inaudible? Say in comparison with the Vine era. I'm obsessed with the Inaudible. Give the crowd some mics.
Thank you so much for speaking. It was so nice to have so much to say about internet culture.
Don't worry, the audio is bad here because they're in the crowd. People were hating on Gabbie's jumper, but I actually really enjoy it. So basically, this person, like I said, is saying, if you wanted to get internet famous today, what do you think the recipe is? They can steal your sauce, but the recipe will never taste the same.
Well, I don't want to pretend to be an expert in something I'm not an expert in. And to be honest, I feel like the only advice I could give you...
Wait, why is she saying I'm not going to pretend to be an expert on something that I'm not? You were brought on because you're seemingly an expert in this thing. They bring people on who are experts in different fields. They brought you on because you're an expert in social media, so act like one.
...would be regurgitated from everybody else because I'm not trying to be internet famous today. And it's not the same situation as when I did. But I think what I would like ask if somebody genuinely came up to me and asked me that would be, are you sure you'd like to do that and why? Because you have to like make that decision. Like, do you?
Not the empty chairs. Y'all couldn't have even shown up for Gabbie Hanna. Again, if I got an invite, I'd be right here. Right here. Live streaming on TikTok.
You actually see what this is, or does it look like one of those glamorous jobs where you're like, that'd be so...
Obsessed with the person in front row wearing a full tuxedo to the Gabbie Hanna talk.
Great, it's like do this and this. Because to be an influencer now, like I don't even know what people are charging. Like when I see a TikTok ad and somebody like, is it worth it? Because like, do you know what I mean? Like find out that and then be like, okay, what's my niche? And then be like, what is something that is unique about me? As a creator, what I would say to you, like, you're not trying to be famous, you're just trying to like learn how to use this medium to express yourself. I would say just post what feels good, but like wait on it. So like make a draft, wait a couple days and go back and be like, oh, do I like this? And then work on it a little bit, edit it a little bit. Take your time. Don't be afraid to post something that you might not think is like worthy.
Sorry. When she says this, all I'm thinking is the 100 TikToks she posted in a day where she was like painting with her feet and like high off her tits on weed and stuff like that. I'm like, okay. Did she sit on those for a couple days?
See what people's responses are, but at the end of the day, do what you're gonna have fun doing, because you don't wanna, there's no point in doing this job unless the purpose at the end is to have fun every day. So if you're like looking at formulas and being like, how can I crack this system? And it's gonna drive you crazy trying to figure out like fonts or colors or times or whatever, it's not worth it. Maybe, you know what I mean? So yeah, just do what makes you feel happy.
She does this entire thing on why it's not worth it, and then she goes, but maybe it's worth it. Yes.
And pay attention to what's happening in response.
Just on that question as well, like, do you feel like the culture for
The interviewer goes, on that point, what?
people now is getting better online or worse? Like, in terms of, I don't know.
I don't know. It seems like there's no rhyme or reason, because sometimes I'll see these like literal like mobs of people like, yes, we love this murderer because his mugshot is so hot. You know what I mean? Like, you can't even like judge based on who the people are.
In the sense that, ooh, that's not.
Are there, because there's like the internet used to be a subculture of a subculture where it wasn't that big and like people were kind of on the same page, but now there's so many different like niches where if you like go down this like weird hole of TikTok, like there's millions of people there, but yeah, I don't know. Like it might not be the best like mainstream. Yeah, I don't know. Did that answer your question?
Yeah, I think.
Did that answer the question? Not really, but I guess we'll move on. I guess we'll move on to the next topic.
Okay. I think people are more willing to or more looking to read into things negatively is something I would say. Like something that can be quite innocent. Sometimes people are almost trying to find a way to, I don't know. That might be a cynical
People are
take
just
from
bored,
me.
dude. Like you just gotta like.
Oh, we got our first dude. People are just bored, dude. She says at Oxford.
Once you recognize like, oh, these people are just like really bored.
Dude.
Because that's really what it is, I guess.
Yeah, this is true.
Yeah, I think being away for a year and like kind of consuming, like being more of a consumer than a creator, I'm like, oh, I don't need to take this personally. These people are just bored.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's have another question. Yeah, let's just go second row. So yeah. Yes to you. If you stand up, so Devin.
Would you hurry up and say the question for fuck's sake? Hey, Gabbie, congrats on releasing your song. I was just wondering, is there an artist you would like to collaborate with, and who would that... We don't... Boo! Throw that student out. Ask better questions. But I'll be fair and let her say it, because maybe she'll say she wants to collab with Jesus or something.
Of releasing your song. I was just wondering, is there an artist that you'd like to collaborate with?
People in the back row are laughing.
Oh my
Why are they laughing?
gosh.
Quite disrespectful.
Yeah, there's a lot of artists I'd like to collaborate with. Definitely Matt Mason. That'd be sick.
Is that the... All I do is sing like that's all I do to say goodbye. Or wait, no. Is that what the Walmart kid is called? All I do is sing like what is it? Who did she say?
Imagine Dragons, which I just found out recently,
Oh. Is he from Imagine Dragons?
is like a meme where people just like hate on him. I see some of you smirking.
Oh.
Imagine
I didn't know
Dragons
that.
is sick. I'm gonna take this moment to hype up.
Sorry, she has acknowledged the crowd laughing at her so many times. Oh, that's Mason Ramsey. Oh, that's not. In the sense that
Imagine Dragons.
if you kick every Mason... What is his name again? If you kick every Mason Ramsey out of this country, who is going to yodel in your Walmart, Donald Trump? Oh, that's not... In the sense that...
They're like my generation's.
I like them.
My generation's Nickelback. Like that's what you guys feel about Imagine Dragons. They're so good, sonically, so unique, cohesive, incredible mastering, incredible storytelling, recognizable voice. They keep it clean, they keep it cute, they keep it relatable. I stan Imagine Dragons. I'd love to collab with Imagine Dragons. Matt Mason. I just became obsessed with Benson Boone, but I can't say enough about him to say if I want to collab yet. He's great. Who else? Panic. Oh, they retired.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They might have been cancelled. I can't remember. Have I made that up?
Oh! I love this interviewer. Oh, they might have been cancelled. Woman, you're speaking to Gabrielle Hanna. You're sitting 1 meter from Gabbie Hanna.
You know what?
Is that right?
I don't judge.
No.
I don't judge.
It's okay. You like them?
In the sense that
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, good question.
There's a lot of
Fun
people. I
question.
want to post like a playlist somewhere because honestly, my playlists are impeccable. So keep an eye out because I want to just like share all of the best songs. They're the best songs in the world.
Yeah, if you
like
send me the playlist or
objectively too. Yeah.
put it on.
Yeah.
Any other questions? Yeah, on the front.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. It was a very interesting talk. As someone who is big on the internet, how do you feel about how that naturally leads to hundreds of thousands of millions of people having a very intense one-way relationship with you? And if you think it's healthy. I love when people talk about parasocial relationships. Okay, parasocial relationships. Let's hear Gabby's take on that.
So, as someone big on the internet, how do you feel about how that naturally leads to hundreds of thousands of millions of people having a very intense?
Someone said, is someone loudly walking out? I heard those heels as well. I just didn't want to make a joke about it.
Relationship with you. That's healthy. But perhaps television or
Yeah, I think you're asking about
Oxford Uni can't afford a good fucking microphone?
like parasocial relationships.
Yeah.
So I think it's interesting because it is more or less like if you're, you know, primarily first you were a singer or an actress or whatever, and people are naturally like kind of obsessed with your life that you don't really know. With the internet, it's super weird because for the most part, like logically, everybody starts off as a small person. And then even if your growth is quick, you still started off just engaging with your friends, a couple random followers. So it's like normal and natural for like a human being to be like, oh, let me like build a relationship with this person online because I'm only talking to a few of you. But then when you like get bigger and bigger and all of a sudden you're having these like parasocial relationships that are more than that, they're still fans to you who you like know a little bit more about, but to them they're like close with this person who wasn't really a celebrity when they started talking to them but became a celebrity over time. So that can get kind of tricky in the beginning, I guess. Is like they're like, oh, engage with your audience, like whatever, but then also like not too much, you know.
Is that her answer? Her answer, she got invited to Oxford, and her answer on parasocial relationships is it can get tricky. Give me that mic. Give me that mic. Her opinion on parasocial relationships at Oxford is, it can get a bit tricky. Girl! It's so confusing sometimes to be a girl. Oh, there's a tag on the pillow that I'm sitting at, and it's been poking into me this entire time. It can get tricky.
It's a delicate thing. Yeah.
It's a delicate thing? No, it's not. Someone pull the fire alarm. No, you know if I was there.
Let's go just right behind you.
I think it's interesting. I do have a theory on why she didn't answer that properly. I do think that Gabbie really enjoys a parasocial because of like her Patreon and stuff, and she has like the Gabbie Hanna fans nowadays are like OGs who have a parasocial with her, like a really strong one. So I think that's why she wouldn't want to touch on it too deeply in case they saw it.
Evan and Brown.
I have to say, this is surreal seeing you in real life, someone says.
This is surreal for me too. This is so, I'm in a palace.
And for me, babe. Thank you. You have so many interesting things to say. I really want to know a little bit more about Inaudible. Okay, Seriously, Oxford, can you fucking get a microphone that works? That comes from internet fame. Do you feel at some point you're going to dissociate from a person that is online, almost as a coping mechanism, so that being a meme on the internet, inaudible, does not have an impact on your life? And then the topic says hypervisibility.
I really want to know a bit more about the hypervisibility that comes from internet fame, and do you feel that at some point
I love her outfit.
exists online, almost being as a coping mechanism so that when someone's being mean
I can't believe this is their quality of microphone. Are you kidding me?
on you in real life?
They do need a hot pink mic.
Yeah, I think probably less now. Like, I'm just now coming back, so these are things that I've like tried to sort of iron out and being like, do I want to come back? Like, what does that look like? The thing is, like, with people is they're different people all the time. So I'm like a naturally more like reserved, introverted person, but the person that most people are used to seeing are the person that I'm talking to myself in a room with a camera. So like that's when you're gonna see me the most like bold and confident, energetic and talkative, where in real life I actually will like fall back and like kind of observe a bit more in like settings. So yeah, there is sort of a pressure when people come up and meet me and I'd like, they're so excited, which is great. You know what I mean? Like, oh my gosh, like this is surreal. Like this person, like what? And then you want to like match their energy, but you are also just like kind of a like chiller person. Because then people, like, you don't want to leave somebody with a bad experience. Like somebody's excited to meet you. You want to like be equally excited. But yeah, it's weird. And also the space of like that state of like arrested development where somebody's like, well, this is the person I like, and I know it's been 6 years, but like if you start acting too different, then like I'm gonna know.
Wait, the question was about memes. Like, would you want to disassociate from being a meme? That was the question, right? I'm like, Gabbie, can you repeat the question? That was the question, right? It was like inaudible, blip, 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 blip. You're a meme, blip, 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 blip. Do you want to disassociate from being a meme? Saying the word chiller at Oxford is crazy. No, I think it's great. I think it's great, honestly. I love it. I think it's great.
Notice, and even before like being online, like being in junior high, like people would come into school in the morning and they'd be like, what's wrong? And I'm like, oh, nothing. Like I'm just, like everything's great. Like, dude, I'm tired. Did that answer your question?
No, you didn't. I'm not even being a hater. The question was about being a meme and like disassociating from the concept of like, does it get too much that you want to disassociate from that? I love that she'll like not answer the question, go on a tangent, and then be like, did I answer your question? If I was in this room and she goes, did I answer your question? I go, no, let me repeat it.
Okay, cool. Yeah, it's great though. I just want everyone to know, like, it's great. It's cool.
Let's go. Yeah, just because you're near, let's go just there.
Hi, Gabbie. It was inaudible. For fuck's sake, can they seriously get a microphone? Hi, Gabbie. It was inaudible. Thank you so much for that. I was just wondering, do you think if you have a platform, you have a responsibility to talk about certain things like politics as an influencer? Ooh, I like that question. I want to be in this room.
It was with affiliation of the Parasocial. Thank you so much for that. Just something breathing or celebrities like giving.
I really like this question. Not God's hole. Stop that.
Could you repeat that?
She's saying, do you think that if you've got a platform, you've got responsibility to talk about things like politics or international affairs or whatever?
I actually can't believe I'm gonna say this, but like, yes, but in a way that feels natural to you. So I'm not gonna talk about every single thing if it doesn't, like, people are like, why aren't you talking about this? And I'm like, first of all, you don't want me to talk about that because my opinion doesn't match yours. You're making a lot of assumptions right now about me. But if it's important to me, like,
But, okay, well, I disagree with you. I think if you're going to talk about world-related issues that only affect you, I think that that is an incredibly selfish and ignorant way of living. I think if you only care about topics because they directly affect you, I think that that is so wrong. I think that's so wrong. Like, That's like when people were talking about Palestine and Israel and they're like, well, I don't live there. Okay, you're a genius for figuring that out, but do you not feel compelled to ever have an opinion on something that doesn't involve you? Well, do you care about gay rights if you're not gay? Do you care about abortion ban if you're not going to get an abortion? Like, do you care about women's rights if you're a man? No, it doesn't affect me. That's such... It's such a cop... Okay, she's doing this because she didn't want to, in this room, say, I don't see a responsibility. But somehow her answer was even worse. Somehow her answer was even more ignorant. She literally just said, oh my God.
That's one of the main reasons I felt like I can't just disappear. Because if there's people who are willing to listen, if it's 10 people, 100 people, 1,000 people, 1,000,000 people, whatever, if I feel like I have something important to say, which I do, if I feel like my opinion should be heard, which I do, then it is my responsibility to use it. That being said, if you're like, a pop star, you just want to be an entertainer, like this is your job, no, that person probably doesn't need to. Like, I think it should, for me, that's it. For me personally, yes. For everybody, no. If somebody doesn't feel passionately called to, they should shut their mouth, to be honest. If you don't know what you're saying, shut your mouth.
Fair enough.
Ooh, that's not. In the sense that that's not good. That is incredibly ignorant. And it's incredibly selfish. Ooh, that's not. Ooh, that was such a bad answer.
Let's go on the left. Sorry, then we'll go right to the end there. In the leopard coat? I can't tell. Yeah.
So excited for this next question. Hello, I was just wondering what you think your future career will look like.
I'm just wondering what you think your future career will look like, or what's next for you.
We'll see, because
Whoa, crazy turnout. Wow.
I'm in a pretty happy spot right now where I've been able to take a year to sort of figure out what that looks like. And for me, I think it's going to be a lot more visual art and design and authoring more so than influencing. And I'll always have music coming out. I'll always
Sure, why would she want to influence if she doesn't want to talk about things that don't affect her?
things that I enjoy doing at whatever pace. But yeah, I'd rather focus more sort of locally and community based. And the internet is, the maximization of globalization, right? So anything's possible. So if the things that I'm doing proliferate throughout, that's cool. If the things that I'm doing stay a little bit more local, whether that's my actual physical geographical space or however far I reach, whatever's gonna happen is gonna happen. And yeah, I'm happy for whoever's there. And I don't know, I'm just comfy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, exciting then to see what comes.
Yeah, yeah, it's exactly.
Yeah.
I don't have a plan or expectation at this point. It's just yeah, we'll see.
See where it goes. Come to Oxford, See.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's good. It's good. Worked out well for us.
Yeah.
Are there any more questions? Yeah, that's lots. Okay, let's come down to the front here.
Ooh, it's really awkward. I love the heels.
Hey, girl.
I was just wondering who are some of your favorite visual artists and who's inspired you in your visual creative journey?
Started to lean more into your visual creative journey.
Totally. Okay, I'm gonna sound so basic right now, but please don't judge me. I swear I'm sincere. So my first favorite artist was actually Banksy. And like when I first started painting, like in college, I was like recreating Banksy paintings on like cardboard and stuff. So I've always loved him. I lived in London when I was 19 for like 4 months, and I just like made it a point to like go and like find as many as I could. I think I was actually here whenever Robbo and Banksy were battling under that bridge. Does anyone know what I'm talking about? They like kept painting over, do you know? Yeah, they kept painting over each other's work. So yeah, I love Banksy because he showed me what it is to make a political message in his art, which I thought was really cool. And I also think it's really cool that he's not
I don't know who Banksy is.
like he's completely hidden. I think there's like a lot, and he's incredibly talented. Like his stuff is really cool and visually.
I need to sneeze.
And then I actually have always been really inspired by Picasso. Again, I know it's like so
Could you imagine I was in the room and I sneezed that loudly and everyone goes,
basic, but I swear it's sincere. When I was in 5th grade studying Cubism, and we were talking about Picasso, and I really fell in love with like monochromatic things and Cubism. And I like Van Gogh because of his story of just like never selling a painting his entire life and just being like just super bipolar and like mentally ill. And you're just like, I just want to like paint and talk to my brother. And like, I relate. So
she goes, I love his paintings because he's so bipolar. He's so bipolar.
yeah, those are my 3.
Let's go straight behind. In the red jumper, sorry.
Hi, Gabbie. Thanks.
I can't believe this is 4 months ago and I'm only seeing this now. You guys really dropped the ball in sending this to me. Oh, this one says criticism. Hi, Gabbie. Thanks for coming. You talked about hate and trolling. Where do you draw the line between constructive criticism and hate? Ooh, that is such a good question. Whoever that is, love you lots. Love you lots. Oh, that's such a good question.
You talked about,
For her, I mean.
and I guess my question is like,
Let's see how she answers it.
constructive criticism and hate and where that comes from.
Well, first of all, who are you? Like, that's my first thing always. It's just like, why are you critiquing me? Like, you don't have any accolades or skill.
Yeah, but they've bought copies of your book. They've bought your music. So they are a consumer. What do consumers do? Give their opinion. But she loves when a consumer gives a good review.
Or desirable traits in which I would want to consume your criticism. Like, it doesn't make sense. That's my first thing. So that's like hate. Like,
If you're only willing to take criticism from people that, like, that doesn't make sense. Because then you would pick and choose that you wouldn't take criticism from anyone.
if you're coming from a place of like, I read a poem once. Like, you know what I mean? You don't know what you're talking about. Shut up. You know what I mean? So that's my one. Like, you're just a hater. Like, you're jealous. Like, whatever. But then
At Oxford, the question was, how do you take criticism? Gabbie Hanna at Oxford, you're just a hater. You're just a loser. I don't think she's going to get invited back to Oxford, guys.
the other one is just like, are you being genuinely constructive or are you being mean? Because a constructive criticism never comes with an insult. It never comes with a jab. It doesn't come with like bullying or belittling or trying to be like a funny mean girl. Like, that's not constructive. Constructive means I'm trying to build you up. It's construction. You're building somebody. For tearing.
That's not true. That's not always true. Someone who's giving you constructive criticism doesn't mean they have to be a fan of you after it. Also, they don't have to like give you constructive criticism and then stay around to see you change. That's not how that works.
Somebody down, that's destructive criticism. So that's my line. Is like, if you're genuinely being, first of all, well-informed, like, that's where I come back to like, shut
As in one of...
I don't know what you're talking about. Like, not everybody is a critic.
She just said not everyone's a critic. Shut your mouth.
But everybody's a critic, right? Yeah, like, are you qualified to make this criticism? And is it coming from a place of...
Are you qualified to give this criticism? Mind you, we're talking about Gabbie Hanna's poetry books. I have so many missing teeth. I need to go to a fucking dentist.
kindness and genuinely wanting to see this person succeed? Or is it
I don't need to go to Oxford. I need to go to the fucking dentist.
fun for you to tear this person down? And usually you can tell when you are.
And with that, cheers.
And then, do you still have a question? Yeah, you can just pass it. That's fine.
All right. Hey, do you think it's a big problem if people who become internet famous become addicted to the attention? How did you find it easy to fall into that, or did you have coping mechanisms to deal with that? How is she gonna answer this?
A big problem for people either who have a lot of internet fame, trying to take internet fame.
Is this live? Yes. Hey, this is part 2. We did part 1 yesterday.
And did you find that it was very easy to fall into that, or did you have coping mechanisms to stay attached?
My video that went live an hour ago was actually about social media addiction and how I believe it's going to be like the forefront of conversation soon, and there's going to be real diagnosis, real treatment, because it is a serious addiction and it does affect your life in a lot of ways. It affects your relationships, it can affect your job, it can reflect your social situation. Like, there's so many things that social media can affect if you're consuming too much, you're creating too much. Like, it's for real a sickness. I was not protected from it. Like, I definitely fell very much victim to it. And I'm glad that I did, because I was able to be like, wow, I can like see a lot of stuff. That's what this past year has been, really, is like getting sober from an addiction. So I think it is really serious. I think probably the majority of millenniums, Gen Z, and Gen A probably like deal with it to some degree,
Yeah,
right?
Definitely. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, maybe I'm just like living in a bubble where everybody's on their phone all the time, but I think it's like pretty common to be on your phone all the time.
Yeah, I mean, I found it just being...
Wait, but she didn't answer the question about coping mechanisms, but we do have a couple more minutes, so I'm hoping.
in this position in the union that I couldn't really for the last kind of like couple of years not have my phone because of like the job I was like doing or needing to be in touch with certain people, and I'm leaving in a week and I'm going to put my phone away for a bit because I just do think it will be nice to not have to have it, like not be on emails or I mean, that's obviously different to like your kind of
Dude.
Update my data so I could use it here, because I was just like, the first day I was here I used like almost all my data that comes when you like land in the UK. It's like, yeah, like 5 gigs or whatever, because I had just come back and I'm like reading comments, and then it ran up and I was like, I'm not buying more data for this, like I'm just gonna be off my phone. But it's nice.
Sounds like somebody needs an international plan.
The first time I was doing all this, I was very much like, you have to post and then you do an Instagram, but this time, the next day, this time, you have to, like, it was so much like planning and like kind of strictness. Whereas now I'm, and I think it's partially because I'm here and I was kind of like forced into it. It's just like, you don't have to like get yourself in a cycle.
Because I'm here and I was forced, as in Oxford. She's telling the person who's interviewing her, because I was forced to be here. Kind of camp, actually.
You have to post these times and these days. So it's like my OCD pattern was broken before it could even like become a monster again, which I'm really grateful for.
It's actually it's fine. I'm not gonna
Wait, say it.
No, I was just gonna say like it's quite sad though, because I think it's great that you're able to do that because you've like reached the platform that you've got that now and you've got the career, but like for people who are starting out, like they have to, right? Because that's how you grow, like they have to sort of post it sometimes. It's just you know, I can see like why you would get trapped in that.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely
Not the interviewer clocking it. The interviewer was like, well, it's great that you can take a, step away from your phone and you have all this internet fame, but for someone to be internet famous, they have to be on their phone all the time. Clock it. And I love that she was like, and then she was like, I'm not going to say it. And then Gabbie went, no, say it.
like, I don't know. It's weird because sometimes you'll see people who like aren't trying that hard blow up too. And at this point, I just kind of step back and be like, let go and let God. Like whatever's going to happen is going to happen. So I think
Let go or let God.
I don't feel so like stressed about
Amen, sister.
Once this happens, it's going to happen.
Yeah.
If he doesn't, it's not. Like all I can do is like put in the work, put out what I think is, something I should be putting out and like see what happens. But it takes the pressure off too, to just be like, this isn't really about me. Like this, who cares, right? Like we all die. Like I'll die. Everybody in this room will die. 100 years from now, like literally people might...
Really beautiful way of putting it, Gabbie. Really way with words.
Maybe 100 years. Like I couldn't name you my great-great-great-grandma. I can't, you know what I mean? Yeah. But at the end of the day, it doesn't matter anymore. So I think that's the main thing I would want to like tell people too, if they're like, looking into this, is just why do you actually want this? Yeah. And is it worth it? Because if the answer is just because I want to be rich or famous or I want to be recognized, the answer is probably like redirect it. and figure out if this is the best way for you to make an impact in your time here that doesn't involve you just wanting to be like famous and when you're dead, basically.
Yeah. Let's have one or two more.
She has a song, When I Die, da, 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 da. Anyone remember her song, When I Die? I love that one.
So we'll go on the front here.
Whoa, that's a big question. Thank you so much for your talk today. It's been absolutely wonderful. Kiss ass. I think every sort of celebrity has their moment online where they were unfortunately susceptible to meme culture. I love that they're bringing it back to meme culture because she completely didn't answer the previous one about meme culture. Oh, I need to sneeze again. Fuck. I'm so sick. Having gone through those moments, I watched your reactions. It was really cool to see how you inaudible that. Now that you're older and going... Are you fucking kidding me? They bring up the toxic gossip. Oh, for fuck's sake. I can't escape it. I watched your reactions. It was really cool to see how you... Oh, Gabby hates me too. She's gonna be like, hashtag Team Colleen. She fucking hates me. Now that you're older and going through all of those, as well as other recent ones like Toxic Gossip Train, for example, how do you reflect on that now? Like, what are your takeaways from all of those experiences?
I think
The Toxic Gossip Train has arrived at Oxford. Love this guy. He gave a little shout out. He's Team Mucker. Is he in the chat? Wow, he's speaking. He's projecting. He's so loud.
now that you're older and going through all of those moments yourself, as well as seeing other recent ones like Toxic Gossip Train, for example.
Look at the girl laughing in the back. Look at this little queen laughing in the back. Watch her.
Well, like playful memes, like when I was first, like the monster meme thing, I literally had tweeted like not that long before, like, I want to be a meme. So it's good. Like that's a really high performing song because of that. Like obviously there's like a little bit of embarrassment that comes from those things, but not really. You know what I mean? Because they don't matter that much. I think when it starts to feel more like malicious than playful, that's like a different situation. But I just like, I don't know, like I feel like when you're going through it, it feels different than when it's over because like, to be honest, a lot of those things are like sort of iconic. You know what I mean? So it's just like, that's a part of it. Like my sister sometimes will like,
oh, that's not.
Like, oh, I forgot that was you. Because it's so like in pop culture at this point. So it's fine. Like it just depends how you respond to things. And sometimes it's been like really easy to just be like, haha. And sometimes it's been like really difficult. I think what's frustrating for me is when I feel like people aren't acknowledging that it's okay that I made a funny joke instead of trying to make it like, wait, she's crazy and we're all laughing because it's funny. Like the one that comes to mind is the acting different one. I don't know if you know that. Where I was like, I don't want to hear I'm acting different. And it went like so viral because I was like, she's crazy, she's lost her mind. And like everybody's laughing because it's funny, but they can't just be like, oh, Gabby's funny and she made a funny video. They have to be like, wait, she's crazy and we're all laughing at her mental breakdown. And I'm like, or like I'm funny. Like I make creative, like interesting content and like you're laughing, you're sharing it, but they can't like give me the like.
I want to put Rosanna, Trisha, Colleen, Adam, Gabby, and Joey in a room and see what happens. Me and Rosanna will be out at the smokers area having a little catch up for sure. You know what? Trisha can come too. Rest of those fuckers can stay inside. We'll be out kikiing in the smokers area.
I guess credit of just like, I guess like being more intelligent than they give me credit for, where it's like she can't possibly be funny enough to do this.
I think it's more dramatic that way, isn't it? Like,
Yeah.
oh, she didn't,
Yeah.
like it's a big drama, she didn't mean to do it or whatever. Then it's
But at the
more-
end of the day, I'm a performance artist. Like my stage, my platform is social media. I'm doing things that I know will get attention for a purpose. Help me, help us. There's babies dying on the street.
But you don't care about that because it doesn't affect you, right? Circling back to the point you said 10 minutes earlier.
Seriously, like there's like giggles, but like think about what I'm saying. Like, ha ha ha, this girl's having a mental breakdown. Help her, help me. I'm volunteering in Watts. I'm doing the food drives. I'm doing the clothing drives. I'm raising money for the people in wildfires. I'm the one packing lunches. Help me. Help me, help us. I need your help. But nobody listens. They don't care.
Let's have one more because I've seen.
I love that the interviewer just let Gabbie ramble and then went, all right.
Do you still have a question? Because that girl had her hand up for so long. Like, do you still have one? Yeah.
Obsessed with the person in the fucking full tuxedo.
Yeah.
Hi.
Just to reiterate, thank you for coming. I just wonder about authenticity on the internet and online, and I was just wondering if you had any insights to share with us. That are there any creators out there?
This is awesome.
Okay. Please don't interrupt me. If you had any insights to share with us, that are there any creators out there? Are there any spaces that seem more authentic? Okay, authenticity, I guess. Oh my god, Jana, thank you. Oh, the lolly. What is that?
More authentic, without necessarily having corporations, it's just
Is the question generally just about authenticity? Do I think people are authentic, and do I think people should be authentic, or?
Yeah, I guess.
To be fair, I'm on Gabbie's side with that. I did not know what that question meant.
So do you feel that you're still allowed to be yourself without consulting corporation, and you see others doing the same?
The word allowed is really interesting. Like, are you allowed to be yourself? Because, yeah, anybody's allowed to be anything. We're in the Western countries. Like, most of us can do pretty much anything. It's mostly free, right? But, like, who's judging and whose opinion do you matter? So, like, is it the court of public opinion? Like, can you be yourself? You can be yourself. Do you want the consequences of being yourself? So people, they want their like created artificial version of authenticity, because most people don't know what authentic is. Most people, when they see authenticity, say, help her, she needs help. Call the mental.
We get it. Help me, help us. Yes, Gabbie, we get it.
That's what people react to when they see authenticity. Because when they see someone who's genuinely not afraid to be themselves and doesn't care what people are saying, they think that's crazy. But I do think it's important, and I do think that there are authentic creators. And I think there's other levels of authenticity that matter more than others. You know what I mean? But yeah, I think authenticity is important, and I think you should actually look out for it and ask yourself, like, who's the person telling me this? And am I just listening to what they say? Or am I actually, like, connecting with their character? Okay. So important, like really dig into your faith, and whatever that faith is, let that guide your actions, as opposed to yourself and your flesh and your ego desires, because then you're just gonna be like, basically, trying to, I heard somebody say once, rearranging furniture on the sinking Titanic. It's like, oh wow, this is all gonna be gone soon. So like, what is after this? And whatever that means, how do I adjust my actions today to reflect what I want in that space?
Well, that's great. I think that's a really great thing to end on. And thank you.
It's definitely something to end on, whatever the hell that means. All right. Part 2 was equally as inaudible, I guess, as part 1. Wow. How long was she there for? An hour, I guess? Longest hour of my life. Oh my god. All right. Well, I hope and guess that is the end of the Gabbie Hanna Oxford saga. I wonder if she'll be invited back. I just can't believe the Toxic Gossip Train made its Oxford debut. Glorious. Shout out to that person, and shout out to the mucker behind who was laughing. I hope they don't clap. I wonder if they do.
you so much.
Thank you. This is awesome. Cool.
It's like a laugh sound effect.